Good morning. Go to just this camera. Happy Monday. We will be doing a sequence today about opening up through the chest, through the heart chakra, Anahata Chakra. It is associated with the color green, and the symbol is a 12-petaled locust flower. That's kind of a pretty vision, pretty visual. So we're going to open up both physically and maybe energetically. As our posture suffers and we round, we kind of close off the chest, and then emotionally close off the heart chakra. So let me add the second camera. And meet me on your mat. We're going to start in a seated position. Sukhasana would be great. A block or two close by would be really good. Thanks for the like. Hi. So finding that upright seat, supporting yourself under your hips if you need to. If you need to choose another seat to maintain the alignment of the spine, feel free to do that right now. And for just a few moments, I'm going to try not to bump my microphone, but bring your hands in front of the heart space. And we'll inhale and exhale, and of course allow for movement of the diaphragm up and down. So expanding into the belly. But then bring awareness to that place right underneath your hands, the heart. Just notice. What does it feel like to focus awareness right there in the heart? So the heart, of course, is an organ, so part of the physical body. But I think we all are very aware of the heart as an emotional center. In Qigong, we call this area the middle dantian. And in yoga, this is Anahata Chakra. Now notice with your hands on the front, pay attention to the back and the sides as well. So all the way around the rib cage. Maybe bring some awareness to the shoulder blades. They are like hands behind you that support the heart, that support the lungs, just like the hands in front of you. Inhale and exhale. Just notice what you notice. And then bring your hands to a comfortable place on your lap, keeping that balance between an open anterior or front chest and an open posterior or back chest wall. We'll bring the chin down and then look up. And keep focused on an aligned spine from the neck down. Don't let this movement cause you to slump in the shoulders. We'll do one more each way. And come back to neutral. I want you to tip your left ear to your left shoulder. Reach up and over with your left hand. Now the right hand, I want you to just bring out here in space. Straighten the arm, push the shoulder down, and then spread the fingers and lift the fingertips up towards the ceiling. And at the same time, you're dropping that shoulder down. You're just gently coaxing the left ear to the left shoulder. And again, in this lateral flexion and extension, I always like to move a little bit. I think you can find some tension with a little movement and hone in on it. And then we'll take the second side. Right ear to right shoulder, right hand just helps. And then push left shoulder down, spread the left fingers wide, and then reach up towards the sky. I think you can see my hand, it's like that. You're flexing through the wrist. And then come back to center. Inhale, swing your arms up. Now bring your arms to goddess or goalpost. Let's lift the heart. So open up, take those shoulder blades right back towards the spine as you draw those elbows open. And breathe into the heart space here in this shape. Feel this open, lifted sense, both in the physical body and the opening, and really the vulnerability of the heart chakra. Takes courage to open up and be vulnerable. Now exhale, round the spine, bring the forearms to touch. Inhale, open. So moving a little through cat-cow. Letting this goddess shape in our arms help to warm the shoulders as well. How about one more of these in each direction? And then as you face forward, bring your arms above. We're going to take a gentle twist to the right. Take that gaze over the right shoulder. Use the pull on the right knee to twist you a little deeper. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, twist left. Let's go one more each direction. Last time. And then face forward, bring the gaze up. Take a peek at those thumbs, bring the hands together, and then draw the hands in front of the heart again, in front of Anahata Chakra. So this is the middle chakra. We have 7 major chakras, energy vortexes that go really up and down the spine, up and down the central channel of the body, the Sushumna. So there are 3 above and 3 below. And the ones that are below are associated more with earth, with the physical body, and the ones above are more energy, upward energy, spiritual energy. So this is kind of the fulcrum right in the middle that can keep us balanced or maybe keep us blocked. Well, let's work on opening it today. Meet me in table. And we've certainly felt our heart emotionally, both in pleasant ways and unpleasant ways. Let's do a few cat-cow. So notice in cow, you can really bring that heart forward between the gate of the arms, lift the gaze, and then round the spine, coming into cat. Let's do 2 more of these each way. And round the back. One more. And then round the spine one last time. Let's sit back in child's pose with the knees right in front of the hips. Now crawl the arms out. Send the hips back at the same time you're crawling those arms out. Bring your forehead down to the mat. And hold just for a moment. Getting a nice stretch through the ribs. Now we're going to come forward and drop the hips. Bring the heart forward between the arms. So kind of a cobra, sneaky way to get into a cobra. And then back to child's pose. Let's do 3 more of these. Inhale, come forward, drop the hips. Heart comes forward and up. And exhale back. 2 more. Lift the heart, open through the chest. Last one. And tuck your toes and make your way to down dog. Of course, it's our first one, so let's find some space. Pedal the heels, sway the hips a bit, shift forward and back.
And then settle in. Decide if you want your knees bent, or maybe you're going to start to stretch the hamstrings. And breathe. Now swing your right leg back and up. Three-legged dog. Step forward between the hands. Keep the feet hip distance apart. Drop that back knee. We're coming up in a lunge, so if you see the side camera, really kind of leaning forward and down with this. Swing your arms up by your ears. Roll those little fingers in. Maybe you lift your gaze a bit here. Start to melt into a bit of a back bend. So Anjaneyasana. Open up through the heart. And then bring your arms into that goddess shape. Let the elbows be heavy, shoulder blades towards the spine. And breathe. And on your next exhale, frame the foot, come to table, and then lower the chest and the chin, slither out, and we'll lift up into a baby cobra. Let's do 3 more of these, but we're reaching forward and up with the heart. Two more. So it takes courage to open the heart space, but it also takes courage to reach from the heart. And then tuck the toes, downward facing dog. And lift the left leg back and up. Step it forward between hands. Feet on railroad tracks. That right leg's way back there. Drop the knee. Rise up. We're in a lunge. The pelvis is forward and down. Swing the arms up by the ears. Roll the little fingers inward. And then start to melt into this back bend. And drop the arms into goddess. And let the weight of the arms open the chest. Keep those shoulders down away from the ears, and at the same time you're reaching through the crown of the head. And then exhale, frame the foot. Let's step back in down dog. And drop the knees. Come to child's pose. Let's reach long with those arms. And we'll shift forward, coming into that high cobra 3 times. So here's 1, drop the hips, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Exhale back. 2 more. And then find your way to down dog. And let's tiptoe to the top of the mat. As you arrive, plant the feet under your hips. We'll come up on an inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Pull the feet away from each other. Swing your arms out and up. And exhale the hands right back down to the sides. Inhale, swing your arms up. Little softness in the knees, a little bend, and come into goddess with your arms. And then that same back bend, leading with the heart. So lead with the heart. Feel the difference if you lead with the heart. A nice back bend. Draw the shoulder blades, or just let them fall towards the spine. And breathe. And then inhale, rise up again. Exhale, fold. Lift halfway. On an exhale, step back with the right leg and drop the knee. We're going to be in that kneeling lunge again. Rise up, swing your arms overhead, and then swing the arms behind you. Lace the fingers, draw the elbows back,
Feel that open the heart. Push the knuckles down, lift the knuckles away, and then lead with the heart again, taking a nice back bend. And hold. Now see if you can take your fist and hook it on the outside of the right thigh. You can soften a little through the right elbow. Breathe. And then release. Frame the foot. Let's come to down dog. Find our way to plank. Lower down to the mat. And 3, baby cobra, or maybe you're ready to come up into a higher cobra. Think about leading with the heart. Last one. Tuck the toes, down dog. Step it forward. Arrive on an inhale, come halfway up. So even as we lengthen the spine and lift halfway, there's a sense of leading with the heart. The heart's reaching forward. And then exhale, fold. Pull the feet away from each other. Inhale the arms up. Let's go right away into that goddess pose with our arms. And then lift. Inhale. Let the arms open the chest. Draw the shoulder blades more towards the midline, towards the spine. Supporting the heart as we lift. And inhale overhead. Exhale, fold. Lift halfway. Step back with the left leg. Coming into that lunge again. Inhale, lift. Arms overhead. And then lace behind you. Elbows draw back, knuckles down. Pull the knuckles away and then lead with the heart. Come into a back bend. If you can hook the fist on the outside of the left thigh, soften that right elbow a little bit. Breathe. Keep reaching through the crown of the head so there is engagement of the cervical spine. You're not just dropping the head back. And then unwind. Let's step back and plank this time. And drop to the belly. And we'll do 3 more cobra. Or maybe you're ready for up dog. Again, focus on opening through the heart, lifting, reaching. Tuck the toes, down dog. Bring the gaze forward. Maybe we take some big steps this time to the top of the mat. Feet hip distance, arriving on an inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, fold. Pull the feet away from each other. Inhale the arms overhead. This time take the hands behind you. Make a fist, draw the elbows back, push the knuckles down, lift the fists away from the sacrum, and then lead with the heart reaching up. And let that heart take you into a nice back bend. Now forward fold here. Keep reaching with the fists. Let the head hang. And breathe. As you exhale, bring fingertips to the mat. We're going to step back with the right foot. We're coming up in a lunge, so keep the feet railroad tracks, not a tightrope. Inhale, rise up. Bring your arms up by your ears. Come into that goddess shape with the arms. Let the heart lead the way. And into a back bend. Let those arms be heavy, especially the shoulders. Pulling your arms back a bit, drawing those shoulder blades towards the spine. And then on an exhale, we'll fold forward. Step back into plank. Chaturanga, so bending the elbows, and then flip the feet and we'll lift up into up dog. And tuck the toes, down dog. Swing the right leg back and up. And step it forward. We're coming into lunge on this side, so just the feet so they're on railroad tracks. Rise up. Inhale out. This time let's lace the fingers behind the back. Open up, push the knuckles down, pull the knuckles away, lead with the heart. A little trust here in this balance, huh? 2 more breaths. And then release. Hands to the mat. Let's step into down dog. And let's hold down dog for 5 breaths. And play here a bit with hamstrings. Maybe your legs can straighten a little bit further. Or maybe you just use a little movement to stretch the hamstrings. Look forward. Big steps to the top. Arriving on an inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms overhead. And this time, let's bring the hands to the heart one more time. Cross the hands, pause, just like we did when we started. Maybe eyes closed. What are you feeling physically? What are you feeling emotionally, energetically? What do you feel? And inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Lifting halfway. Now step back with your right foot. We're going to come into warrior 2. So externally rotate that back foot. And then wiggle it back there if you want a little deeper. Bring the arms out. Find warrior 2. Open the shoulders out to the right as you look down the left fingertips. And breathe. Now look to the right, swing your arms overhead, and then bring the hands behind you, lace the fingers. Open those shoulders, push the knuckles down. And we're going to fold forward here. And slide the torso down along the inside of the thigh. Let your head hang. Reach up with the hands. And breathe. As you rise up, straighten that front leg. Keep the arms where they are and pivot into Prasarada. I like having 2 mats like this, but sometimes that top mat wiggles a bit and it's wiggling. So from Prasarada, we're going to come into a bit of a back bend. Pull the fists away from the sacrum and then let the heart lead the way up and open. Take a few breaths with this. You might get some tingling in the hands, that's okay. And then fold forward here. Keep that grip. And then release the hands down to the mat. If you're like me, you get pretty tingly with that. And let the circulation come back. Really, it's just you pinch off the nerves up in the thoracic outlet. And the nerves are able to feel again without going to sleep when we release that. That is just a sign that you need to stretch there. And while we're folded here, let's just do a little work through the hips. Bending one knee, bending the other. Little side lunge.
Now with the wrists underneath the shoulders, I want you to externally rotate the left leg again. We're going to rise back up in our warrior one or warrior two, and then straighten the front leg. We'll come into triangle, so a block can be useful here. Reaching out, you can also just let your hand land wherever it lands on your shin. Now lean back in this a bit, and leaning back just means you're probably stacking shoulders. Play with your gaze. Look down at your toes. Keep the neck long, turn and look to your right. And keep the neck long and maybe look up. And cartwheel the arms to the floor. Step back in plank. And let's find a back bend. So maybe chaturanga to up dog, or to the belly to cobra. Or maybe you take a break, tuck the toes, down dog. And take a few breaths here. And lift the right leg back and up. Now step it forward. We'll get ready for warrior two on this side. So once you've placed your feet, cartwheel the arms up and find your warrior two. Open that chest to the left. Take the gaze to the right. Drop the shoulders out of the ears. 2 more breaths here. Now look to the left as you swing your arms overhead. And as you exhale, take the hands behind you. Lace the fingers. You know the routine. Fold forward. Let your head hang. Now rise back up as you straighten that front leg and rotate the feet. Adjust if you need to. So you're in Prasarada. Now draw the shoulder blades towards the spine. Lift the fists. Keep that. And it's almost like the heart is lifting as the fists are descending. Gaze rises up. Open through the heart. Feel the shoulder blades support the heart. And then folding forward with the arms in the same position. And then release the hands to the mat. I can get some feeling back in a little side to side lunge. Now turn the right foot. We'll come back up in warrior two. And once you get here, straighten the right leg. Reach and come into triangle. And take the left hand down towards the mat. This is another way to open up. It's like you're pulling a bowstring. And then extend that left arm up towards the sky. Play with your gaze. Look down at your toes. Look to your left. Maybe even look up. Just keep lengthening the neck. And then cartwheel the arms to the floor. Step back and down dog. And we'll hold here for 5. Stillness or movement, a little combination of both, whatever works. 3 more for me. Now bring your big toes to touch. Bend your knees, but let them land wide, left and right edges of the mat, even if you have to adjust when you get here. We're going to reach out long with the arms and come down with the pelvis. You may have to lift your feet a bit. And then shift back in a wide leg child's pose. And then forward. And back. One more of these. Now tuck your toes. And you can stay, we're gonna lift up in garland, so that's a really deep squat. If that doesn't work in your body, just push the hips back here and beyond the forearms. And if you'd like to come into garland with me, lift up onto the balls of the feet. And walk your hands out. So it's kind of a forward fold in garland. Let the head hang. And come forward, drop the knees again, keep them wide. But now I want you to take the shins wide as well and see if you can turn your feet out instead of coming to the tops of the feet. If that's all you can do, do that, but see if you can turn the feet out. And then we'll walk forward, so it's kind of a wide-kneed happy puppy. As you come forward then, turn the arms so the backs of the hands are on the mat. You can go forehead down or turn a little to the side and reach. And with the heart facing the earth now, it's a good time to let go of stuff. Three more breaths. And then press your way back. And swing the legs around. Let's come into Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet together. And let's lift the heart here. So take the hands to the knees. You can even come up in goddess. Let the elbows drop back. Heart rises up. Shoulder blades towards spine. And then inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands right down the center of the body. As you fold forward any amount, let the spine round. And inhale, rise back up. Now bring the knees together and walk the feet hip distance apart. We're going to take the hands behind us, but externally rotate the hands so the fingers point either to the side a bit or right behind you. So you really open through the chest. Shoulder blades are coming towards the spine. Keep the knees hip distance apart. Lead with the heart. So the heart's going to pull us up. The pelvis will follow. So this is kind of an upside down table. And breathe. Your gaze can be at your knees, or if you feel strong in the neck, you can look up. And then exhale, come down again. Open up into Baddha Konasana. Goddess. Lift, look up. And then arms overhead, hands down the center of the body. Fold forward. And while you're here, walk the hands to the left. We're in a nice stretch through the back on the right. And walk the hands to the right. Get a nice stretch to the back in the left. And walk forward. Now extend both legs out long, Dandasana, staff pose. Take the hands behind you again. Either fingertips point behind you or to the side. Now just push down into the floor. Let your heart lead the way up. And then push into the heels. See if you can reach the soles of the feet to the floor. And breathe.
2 more breaths. And exhale back down. Let's come forward into a forward fold here. Bend the knees if you need to. Reach out for the feet. Paschimottanasana. Breathe up and down the spine. And then let's turn. I want to come to, let's see what I want to do next. I want to come to the belly. This is a nice shoulder opener, but it can be intense. So you come to the belly. I'm going to extend my left arm out, and then I'm going to roll over onto my left. So I'm taking my right foot, and I'm bending the knee and using the foot to kind of kickstand me over. A block here under the head is nice. Should have told you that first. If you can bend both legs and bring the feet to the floor, that's great. And then extend the right arm up and maybe back. Any amount. Breathe. Two more breaths. This is a nice stretch to, as a counterpose to that rounded shoulder that we get. I'll come to the other side. So extend right arm out. Might have to move the block a bit. Gonna roll over onto the right. And the left knee, bring the sole of the foot to the floor in front of you. And then maybe left arm goes up and back. Breathe into that sensation. This is intense in the right shoulder, right arm. But it should feel like an intense stretch, not a pain. And then unwind. I'm going to stay on the belly. But we'll thread the needle, but both arms at the same time. So I'm going to bring left arm over, right arm over. My right cheek completely rest on the upper right arm. You can keep pulling your ears a little deeper into the stretch. Feel the shoulder blades in the open wide back there. Reaching towards the armpits. And then switch sides. Now the right arm's underneath the left arm on top. So turn your cheek up. And then unwind. So I want to do a pigeon quickly. And then we'll settle in for relaxation. So an alternative to pigeon could be a number 4 on your back. But if you want to do pigeon with me, tuck the toes, lift the hips. I'll start with the right leg, bring it forward. Knee comes right behind the right wrist, and then reach back long with the left leg. Now, if you're really hanging in the left hip, you can shift your weight over and just be there. If you can come pretty close, then you can walk the forearms down. A block is good here. Few more breaths. And then press the arms down. Let's try to come back up into a 3-legged dog. So I always like to walk that left foot up, swing that leg back in up, and then bring it down. Now, left leg back and up. Had to stop and think and mirror. So draw that knee to the back of the left wrist. Reach through the right leg. Maybe you shift over to the left hip, or maybe you fold forward here.
2 more breaths here. Oh, good. We're doing good on time. And move the block if you're using it. Arms to the floor, and then tuck the right foot, and then kind of walk forward a bit. So you have a good grip when you lift that left leg back and up in 3-legged dog. Drop it down. Come to table. Cross the ankles behind you. Lie down on your back. And let's walk the feet wide. And windshield wiper here a few times. And draw your knees up now. Keep them wide. Flex the feet and find your version of happy baby. Maybe it's a still happy baby, or maybe it's a wiggly happy baby. And find a little movement. Now bring the soles of the feet together and let the feet drop. So the pinky edges of the feet land on the mat. So this is Baddha Konasana on our back. So Supta Baddha Konasana. Now tuck each shoulder blade underneath your chest. Lay the arms out wide, palms up. And as you settle in for Shavasana, if this shape works for you, feel free to stay here. I'm going to come up to a seat. You find your way for the next few moments to rest. And as you're settling in, of course, find your breath, or let your breath find you. And once you're dancing with the breath, see if you can bring your awareness right to the center of your mind, right to the center. And see if you can find a golden light right in the center of your mind. And with every exhale, it's like an elevator going down, down, until that light is right in the center of your heart. And as that light finds its way right into the center of your heart, into that place where we balance earth and heaven. Let that light expand, filling the heart, filling out of the heart, filling the body, filling out of the body and expanding outward in all directions. Just that little tiny light from your heart, expanding out and connecting with everything. Pause for a moment of stillness. And then slowly lift your hands one at a time and place them once again over your heart. Feeling the movement of the breath in the chest. And maybe as you inhale, reach long, full body stretch. And as you exhale, curl up in a ball. Give yourself a nice hug, drawing the knees and the thighs towards the belly. And in your own time, roll to your right side.
And blink the eyes. And work your way back up to a seated position. Letting the hands one more time finding the heart. That space. Bring the hands together in front of the heart. Anjali Mudra. May you have peaceful thoughts, peaceful words, a peaceful heart, and a peaceful world. Namaste. Have a great week. You can join me Wednesday for some cardio strength at 12:15 to 1. And Friday morning I'll be back at 7 o'clock. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.